Hello, this is Exit Light, and this video is another in my series of true, unsolved murder cases. This case is famously known as the Alphabet Murders. These occurred in the 1970s in the Rochester, New York area. 3 young girls were brutally attacked and strangled in the Rochester area. The case received its name from the fact that each of the girls' first and last names started with the same letter. Furthermore, each body was found in a town that had a name starting with the same letter as the victim's name. The victims were Carmen Colon. She was just 10 years old. She disappeared November 16, 1971. She was found 2 days later in Churchville, 12 miles from where she was last seen. Michelle Menza was 11 years old. She disappeared November 26, 1973, and she was found 2 days later in Macedon, New York, 15 miles from Rochester. The third victim, again, just 11 years old, was Wanda Walkowitz. She disappeared April 2, 1973. She was found the next day at a rest area off of State Route 104 in Webster, New York, 7 miles from Rochester. Investigators have theorized that a series of murders with similar circumstances in California in the late 1970s is connected to these 3 murders. Although hundreds of people were questioned, the killer in these murders was never caught. One man, considered to be a person of interest, committed suicide 6 weeks after the last of the murders. He was cleared in 2007 by DNA profiling. In the case of Carmen Colon, her uncle was also considered a suspect until his suicide in 1991. Another suspect was Kenneth Bianchi, who at the time was an ice cream vendor in Rochester, vending from sites close to the first 2 murder scenes. He was a Rochester native who later moved to Los Angeles, and with his cousin, you probably know them better as the Hillside Strangler. They committed these murders between 1977 and 1978. Bianchi was never charged with the Alphabet Murders, and he has repeatedly tried to have investigators officially clear him of suspicion. However, there is circumstantial evidence that his car was seen at 2 of these murder scenes. On April 11, 2011, 77-year-old Joseph Naso, a New York native who lived in Rochester, New York during the 1970s, was arrested in Reno, Nevada for 4 murders in California. He was a professional photographer who had traveled between New York and California extensively for decades. These 4 murder victims were Carmen Colon. She was not the Rochester, New York victim of the same name. Pamela Parsons. Roxine Rogash. She was 18 years old, and she was found dead on January 11, 1977, on the side of a road near Fairfax, California. And Tracy Tafoya. All 4 of these murder women were described by authorities as prostitutes. Naso was also a person of interest in the Rochester, New York Alphabet Murders, but his DNA did not match samples taken from those victims. On January 12, 2012, in his preliminary hearing in Marin County, California, his alleged rape diary was entered into evidence. It made mention of a death of a girl in the Buffalo Woods, a possible allusion to the upstate New York area. On June 18, 2013, Naso was tried for the murder of the 4 California Alphabet murder victims, and on August 20, 2013, he was convicted by a Marin County jury of those murders. On November 22, 2013, he was sentenced to death. A coincidence is that some 40 years before these murders were committed, in 1936, a detective novel by writer Agatha Christie described a similar series of killings. This novel is called The A.B.C. Murders. As of yet, the New York alphabet murders have never been solved, and they remain a true, unsolved murder case. If you like my channel, please like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it very much. Good night.